these are my potato seedlings, which I have grown from potato clippings. Now these potato seedlings have come from a couple of baking potatoes from a local supermarket, and I cut these pieces where I could see an eye on the potato, and then I placed them in a plastic tray with about 1/2 centimetre of water and left them on my windowsill for about a month. And now this is the stage they're at, where they've all got shoots and a couple of them have got roots as well. And the reason why I've decided to do this was because these potatoes tasted so much nicer than normal. Maybe the week I bought them, the supermarket had sourced their baking potatoes from a different farmer. So I'm going to try and recreate that great taste that I got from these potatoes. So now let me talk about the advantages and disadvantages of following this method. Well, the advantages for myself are that I don't have to buy seed potatoes, so that would be an expense, but I will still have to buy compost unless I use my own. And I do use my own compost as well, which I generate from oak leaves. And the other advantage is hopefully I can grow the potato that I really like the taste from. But there are disadvantages as well, because it is generally advised to grow your own potatoes from seed potatoes, which there is a cost obviously there, but they give you peace of mind that they're certified against blight. And blight is a devastating disease for potato plants, and the bacteria can remain in the soil for several years. And in my research, what I found out is that each generation of potatoes that you harvest, if you grow potato plants from those, you increase the risk of blight. So what I do is I just grow potato plants from the first generation from my local supermarket. And any potatoes that I then harvest from those potatoes, I don't grow potatoes from them, because that would be the second generation. So that would be more risk of blight. And I have successfully grown potatoes this way before, and they turned out fine, pretty much the same as the original supermarket potatoes. But I do need to stress that there is an element of risk following this method, because I can't guarantee the quality of the potatoes in your local supermarket. So please bear that in mind. And the second reason is that supermarket potatoes are treated with a chemical sprout inhibitor. This is to stop the potatoes sprouting on the supermarket shelves. But from my experience, it hasn't stopped my potato peeling sprouting. So I guess it probably just takes a bit longer for them to sprout than seed potatoes. So let's go back to talking about the planting of these potato seedlings. And I've just potted them up with multi-purpose compost. I've given them a good watering, and now I'm adding mulch on top of the compost, which will help the compost retain moisture, so you won't have to water your plants as much. And that's especially important in hot and dry weather like we have now, because we're in the middle of a heat wave. And the mulch that I'm using is simply from oak leaves, which I've collected from my garden because I've got a couple of big oak trees nearby, and I've shredded them with my lawnmower, and they are starting to rot down actually, and eventually they will make very good compost, which is known as leaf mould. So here they are, so I've potted out, and when they get established, which won't take long, I will transplant them into a much larger pot. I'm guessing that I'll probably be ready to harvest potatoes from these in the autumn, probably October, November. Now it's just the end of July, so 3 months time, and I'll do an update video on how it turns out and also how well they taste. So if you enjoyed this video, please thumbs it up and hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.